Hello and welcome. We are looking into the new moon in Leo arriving on August the 16th after a hugely transformative time that we've been in. July, as I've mentioned before, has been a hugely transformative month, and we entered August with also more transformative energy with the full moon, supermoon in Aquarius on the 1st, and then the 8-8 portal, Lionsgate portal on the 8th of August. And how I see this is a very, very powerful progression of energy that is happening during this month. And we also have a lot of planets going in retrograde, even more going in retrograde, a couple more going into retrograde this month as well. So we have a lot of interesting energy to play with. Now, first, I want to mention that when you hear retrogrades happening, do not become alarmed and do not let that phase you on your path towards manifestation and creation and being, right? So we put so much emphasis on predictions and what might happen and what could happen that we also forget just to live and just to be aware of ourselves and what is happening within our life. There was a lot of hype around 8-8 portal as well, a lot of big change content going out there, which for myself, I have to say that I feel the change is always happening. We are always in change. We're in constant change. The most important key to remember, the most important factor to remember is, what do you want out of the change that you're experiencing? Sometimes the energy is going to be intense. Sometimes there's going to be a lot of turbulence and a lot of uncertainty and emotions coming up and anger and frustration and really chaotic energies within ourselves. Sometimes it's going to feel amazing, like we're reborn, we're a new person, we can manifest, we can create. Sometimes it's going to be just as is. These are all experiences. And so it's really important at the end of the day to remember what you want out of your life, what kind of life that you want to create. What do you want to experience? And sometimes it is going to feel a little bit out of our control because the energy can get a bit chaotic. It can become uncertain, depending on how sensitive you are to this energy. I am hugely sensitive. So for me, it can feel very tumultuous and unpredictable. But developing a greater awareness within ourselves, a greater level of consciousness, allows us to work through these energies with more awareness and more ease. Hopefully, sometimes it may not feel that way, but if we are conscious around some of the difficulties, we are going to be aware of what actually really is happening so that we can do some shadow work, so that we can work towards a constructive process to work our way out of the difficult energies, or even just allow for the difficult energies to happen, which is the shadow integration, allowing for these difficult energies to just be, to feel through it and understand, what is it teaching me? What is happening? Maybe there's a purge going on. Maybe there's something that I need to learn through this, or maybe I am just cycling this out or cycling it through, right? Which they're all valid and they all definitely can happen. So it's really important to just be aware of yourself and not get worried about planets going in retrograde. It is going to affect everyone differently. And we are the creators of our reality no matter what. If you are feeling uncertain, if you're feeling stuck, it is serving a purpose. So it is about us looking within and discovering, okay, what is it teaching me? Or where am I meant to maybe adjust my focus or adjust my attention towards? Maybe it's a good day to work. Maybe it's a good day to rest. These are all the motions that we find ourselves in. We can't force, or we can't expect, or we can't put pressure, shouldn't put pressure on ourselves during this process. These are all the fluctuations that we are in right now. All right. So as long as you know what you're wanting, what you're desiring, pointing yourself in a certain direction, allow for these moments in time to run its course and find what is happening within yourself that is changing on maybe a deeper level for you to enjoy more, or for you to create more, or for you to move through past beliefs into something greater, into something more expansive. Okay. So with that said, we are going into this new moon in Leo, which is a very powerful time for creation. So perhaps you had something very transformative happen over the last 2 weeks, which a lot of us did, especially the last week, I should say, since the new moon in Aquarius that we had on the 1st, but leading into the new moon in Leo that we have on the 16th, which is a 2-week period. I feel, and speaking from my experience working with this energy, that we did have a very, very transformative time during that full moon in Aquarius. Now, it may have affected you differently. I spoke with a lot of people, myself included, were going through a very, very challenging time. There was a lot of shifting, a lot of changing, a lot of maybe triggers, a lot of emotions, a lot of uncertainty, mental thoughts coming to the surface. If you experience that, it could be a purge, it could be a transformation, it could be allowing you to see a new reality. These are all for you to experience within yourself. But then we go into that 8-8 portal. The energy naturally, I feel, is lightening up. It's shifting a little bit of that death and rebirth, as I mentioned before, that you might be experiencing. So just feel into what is changing within yourself, what realizations have taken shape, maybe feeling different about yourself or about relationships or about life or about your ability to succeed or enjoy life to its fullest or manifest. Because this new moon in Leo is all about manifestation, and it's all about aligning with our personal power, our inner knowing, our confidence with self, our expression, our ability to share our new self with the world. All right. So we did go through some kind of death and rebirth and transformation. Again, it's going to affect everyone differently, but I do feel that coming into this new moon in Leo is a beautiful, beautiful, opportune time to connect with your authentic self. You know, what have you discovered about yourself recently? Who are you right now? How do you want to grow that and evolve it into something greater? Or if you're feeling a spark towards something, if you want to create something, a creative project, or try something new, or socialize, or be around people, or look for a new relationship, this is the perfect time to do that. This is the perfect time to create based on what you feel passionate about, based on what you have discovered within yourself, based on maybe a bit of an awakening within yourself that you've gone through lately. Keep going with that. So that is going to give you a clue of maybe your direction or where you can really point yourself towards for creating more, or for expressing more, or for sharing more, or for welcoming in more, right? So part of manifestation is our ability to create, our ability to energetically align with the frequency of that we are wanting to create, of who we want to be in our future reality, but it's also receiving, feeling worthy of receiving. All right. So with this new moon in Leo, you want to set some time aside for you to connect with that feeling, for you to connect with your passion, your new self, perhaps if you've gone through a shift, or what you are feeling connected with from your pure self, your authentic self. Maybe even setting goals around self-expression. Where can you show up more? What is maybe limiting you from expressing more? And expressing from the heart, not the ego, differentiating the two, because the shadow side of Leo is ego and pride. And sometimes we may want to really show the world our real self, or pursue a goal, or start something, or create something, and maybe there's a something within our subconscious, a pattern or a belief or a desire to prove something, to look for validation. It's not about that. This is all about your authentic self shining even brighter than that. All right. So when we're not working from ego, when we're working from our true authentic self, it is a very, very powerful place to be. It trumps ego tenfold. So when you connect more with your true pure self, then you are going to shine more. And so we are going through these phases and chipping away at those layers through these lunar phases and through these experiences that we go through in order to reach that authentic self of ours, our passion, our expression, our creativity, our light. And so this new moon is all about that. And so connect with that energy, connect with your true self, and start to set intentions around what you want to create according to that. You may even want to try to step out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself a little bit, do something daring, and push yourself beyond maybe old limitations and restrictions. And watch out for self-sabotage. Oftentimes, when we want to self-manifest and grow into something greater than where we've been, we have unconscious patterns that become activated that hold us back. And so maybe even check in of what is holding you back from fully self-manifesting, from moving into the person that you want to be, or the experience that you want to create, or that the life that you want to create. And take note of what might be holding you back, or what might be coming in as a signal that might prevent you from fully embracing it, fully even receiving it. So during the new moon, you want to visualize your future self. Who are you in your future self? How does it feel living in your pure, authentic self, free of fears, worry, judgment, worries of judgment, restrictions, even judgment and criticism towards self? free of all of that and shining your light fully and embodying your true authentic self and living the life that you desire the most. Maybe any creative projects that you want to start, maybe anything that lights you up and makes you feel passionate. It gets your passion going. It makes you feel fulfilled. Anything that you're wanting to pursue, maybe even add that into your manifestation and then the steps that you need to take in order to get there. And this is a personal journey as well as a creation journey in our outer world. So it starts from always within here. When we have the confidence and when we are in alignment, then we are going to be able to create more in our outer world. We're going to be able to create our outer world in alignment with our inner world, what we truly believe, what we truly desire, who we are and who we want to be. This whole world, our outer world experience follows our inner guidance, follows our inner alignment with who we really are, how we really feel about ourselves on a core level. I'm going to leave some journal prompts below as well in the description box, so feel free to check it out if you want some more information. And again, make sure to set some time aside during this new moon. It's going to be a very powerful time for creation, especially what we've just experienced and where we're going towards, what we're moving towards. So see this as an opportunity for growth, for expansion, and for creation, aligning with your true authentic self and also connecting with your ability to express from your true authentic self, not holding back, really starting to shine and really starting to step into the courage and the bravery of your authentic self. And how does that feel? What do you need to do to maybe break through some of those layers? Write it down on paper, speak it out into the universe, get really clear with who you want to be, where you are going, what you want to create and manifest, and let this be a very powerful stepping stone for that direction. All right, so I'm wishing you all the best during this new moon. Let's make it count. And I will be seeing you again very soon. We have another full moon at the end of the month, which that's going to be also a really nice conclusion to the manifestation that we're setting now, but I will guide you through that when we come to that point. So again, I'm wishing you all the best at this time and beyond, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.